Most self-help books sell you the fantasy. Think positive, visualize success, and life becomes perfect. Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck * does the opposite. It slaps you awake. This book isn't about becoming indifferent or numb. It's about learning to care intensely, but only about the few things that actually matter. Manson argues that life is fundamentally about problems. You will always have problems. The key is choosing better ones. Over the minutes, we're going through the entire book, chapter by chapter, with clear explanations, real examples, and practical ways you can apply this today. If you want to stop feeling overwhelmed, stop chasing empty goals, and start living with more clarity and peace, stay with me. Chapter 1. Don't try. The book opens with the story of Charles Bukowski, alcoholic, gambler, failed writer for decades. He was a mess. Yet on his tombstone, it says, "Don't try." Manson explains. Bukowski succeeded not because he tried harder, but because he was authentically himself, flaws and all. He didn't care about impressing anyone. Most of us do the opposite. We chase being happy or being successful as if desperation helps. Wanting something too badly often backfires. The paradox: the more you desperately want to be rich, sexy, or happy, the more miserable you become. Instead, stop trying so hard to be positive. Accept that life has pain and struggle. Practical takeaway: pick one area of your life where you're forcing it, maybe dating, career, fitness, and try caring a little less about the outcome. Focus on showing up honestly. Chapter 2. Happiness is a problem. Happiness is not a destination. It's a byproduct of solving meaningful problems. Manson uses the Buddhist idea that suffering is part of life. The key is not eliminating suffering, it's choosing what you're willing to suffer for. Example: want to start a business? You'll suffer long hours, rejection, uncertainty. That's the price. Want a great body? You'll suffer sore muscles and saying no to junk food. People who avoid all discomfort end up with shallow lives. Most of us waste energy on bad problems, what people think of us, small inconveniences, chasing status. Good problems, improving relationships, building skills, contributing something real. Action step: write down 3 problems you're dealing with right now. Label each as good or bad based on whether solving it makes you grow. Decide which ones deserve more of your energy. Chapter 3. You are not special. Modern culture tells us we're all exceptional and deserve extraordinary lives without effort. That's entitlement. There are 2 kinds. I'm awesome and deserve everything, and I'm awful and the world owes me. Both are toxic. The truth? You're ordinary. Most of us are average at most things, and that's incredibly freeing. When you stop believing you're special, you stop expecting life to be easy. You start taking responsibility. Manson shares how his own entitlement almost ruined him early in life. Practical exercise: next time something goes wrong, a rejection, a failure, instead of blaming luck or others, ask, what did I do that contributed to this? Own it. That's where growth begins. Chapter 4. The value of suffering. We don't get to choose whether we suffer, only what we suffer for. Good values are reality-based, socially constructive, and controllable. Examples: honesty, learning, kindness. Bad values: pleasure-seeking, material success, always being right. These are shaky foundations. Manson tells the story of a friend who lost everything chasing money and status, then found peace by choosing simpler values. Your values shape your problems. Choose good values, good problems, meaningful life. Action step: list your top 5 values. Are they based on what you can control? Are they helpful to others? Revise one this week. Chapter 5. You are always choosing. You are always responsible for your experience, even when life is unfair. Manson shares the heartbreaking story of his high school girlfriend who died in a tragic accident. He could have chosen victimhood forever. Instead, he chose responsibility for how he moved forward. We don't control what happens, but we control how we interpret and respond. Blaming others feels good temporarily, but keeps you stuck. Taking responsibility feels hard, but gives you power. Practical tip: when you're upset, ask, what part of this am I choosing to feel? Even 10% ownership shifts everything. Chapter 6. You're wrong about everything, but so am I. Certainty is the enemy of growth. The more you need to be right, the less you learn. Healthy people are comfortable being wrong and updating their beliefs. Manson explains how our brains love simple stories even when they're inaccurate. Example: relationships fail when partners refuse to admit faults. Growth happens when both say, maybe I'm wrong here. Action: pick one strong opinion you hold, politics, religion, a personal belief, and deliberately look for evidence against it this week. Notice how it feels. Chapter 7. Failure is the way forward. Failure is inevitable and necessary. Avoiding it means avoiding progress. Manson talks about how success stories we see are curated. We don't see the thousands of failures behind them. The do-something principle: action, inspiration, motivation, not the reverse. If you're stuck, do anything small in the right direction. Momentum builds itself. Practical: choose one goal you've been avoiding because of fear of failure. Take the tiniest step today. Send the email, do the workout, write the first sentence. Chapter 8. The importance of saying no. Healthy relationships and self-respect require rejection and boundaries. You can't please everyone. Trying to will make you resentful and inauthentic. Honesty plus respect equals good boundaries. Saying no to most things lets you say yes to what matters. Manson on commitment. Real love isn't endless passion. It's choosing someone every day, even when it's hard. Action: practice saying no to one small request this week that doesn't align with your priorities. Notice how it feels. Chapter 9. And then you die. Death is the ultimate perspective giver. Thinking about your own mortality clarifies what truly matters. Manson shares stories of people facing death who suddenly stop caring about petty things. We waste years postponing joy for a future that may never come. Live as if today counts. Spend time with people you love. Do work that feels meaningful. Final exercise. Imagine you have 5 years left. What would you stop doing? What would you start? Begin one of those changes this week. Outrow music swells, hopeful but grounded. The subtle art isn't about not caring at all. It's about caring deeply about the right things. Choose your values wisely. Choose your problems wisely. Take responsibility. Embrace uncertainty. Life will still be hard, but it can be meaningful. If this helped even a little, it's worth every page. And let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're going to stop giving a fuck about starting today? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.